Hang on, it's comedy time. A hilarious mix of short, fast, funny featuring today's hottest comics. Get ready, because time flies when you're having fun.
Hi, I'm Arana, and you're watching Comedy Time. You know, these days, most of us are hard-pressed to find good entertainment, but not you. You, my friend, are lucky, because you get to watch the next comic. Woo! You're so lucky. You should buy a lottery ticket while you're at it and split the money with me.
My name's Ron McGee, and I am half Korean and half Irish. So where my people at? Okay, we'll meet up later then. No, it was different going to Korean Irish, because they would tell us stories like at the end of every rainbow was a pot of kimchi. And then for breakfast we had rice, but in our rice we had green clovers, blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes. Yeah, they were magically delicious. I get it was really weird though was the family reunions, because the Irish side would be drinking all the liquor, and the Korean side would be selling it to them. It's like, Uncle Bob, you want the paper or plastic? Oh, and a lottery ticket. Okay. Good luck. Good luck. No. I remember hearing stories about my mom and dad how they met. Like my dad, he wanted to marry a beautiful exotic Asian wife, and my mom wanted a green card. It's love right there. That was love. I guess there was some trouble at the end of their wedding, though, because at the end of the wedding, the Irish side started throwing rice. Korean side got mad. They started throwing baked potatoes. There's. How you like that, huh? I got a buddy of mine that's really into working out. He's always taking me out to the gym and stuff like that. And it's weird because you go to the gym and people pay like thousands of dollars for designer clothes they get sweaty in. They got like a leopard print with the cleavages all pushed up. They got that thong thing. Then you should see the women. It's like, no. I don't know. He's always on me about it though. He says, if you don't work out, you're gonna die. I'm like, oh, thanks. He's always pushing me onto it. And he's like, look, Ron, your body is like the temple of God. What are you doing to make it better? I'm like, well, I'm building a mega church. It's an educational building right there. Plenty of parking around back. No, I don't know, the image and everything like that. I feel bad for you ladies. It's always pushed on you ladies the most, like the magazine covers and all that stuff. It is, like they want you to do like cosmetic surgery to make you guys feel like that's what you gotta do, like the collagen injections right there. Because that's what men want, right? We want to marry those ladies who look like they kiss beehives and stuff, yeah. I feel bad for the ladies who can't afford that though. They're just with the lipstick going a little bit on the outside. Nobody will notice. I'm like the master of disguise. Guys walk into the room and they look at her and she thinks she's hot stuff and they're like, hey, wonder if she can make me a balloon animal. Or what about Botox? Botox, that's where they actually take the botulism, they inject it into your face to deaden or paralyze your muscles so you don't get wrinkles. Ha ha. Think about this for a minute. I can't understand women as it is. And now you're gonna take away facial expressions? Could you imagine that? I'm gonna go out with the guys tonight, is that okay? Does it look like it's okay? Maybe if you tapped your foot once for yes, 2 for no. I'm married to Spock. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I am married though. I'm married. Sorry, ladies. Taken. Sorry. I know. Yeah, taken. I know you're all up there going, aww. Why are the short round guys taken? Maybe I want to marry a weeble. Because they wobble, but they don't fall down. No. I don't know. I've been married for about 6 years now, and I have no clue what's going on. Nothing. I don't know nothing. Because to me, marriage is kind of like, I used to run my own business, and then I got bought out. So now I'm under new management. My salary's been cut in half. But my workload has doubled.
Ah, comedy time. It's the greatest. It's like man's best friend. So sit, stay, and watch while I roll us over into this next clip. It's so funny, you're gonna be begging for more.
I actually got to perform around Europe and England, and I flew on British Airways, which, by the way, the best airline to fly, because the pilot's English, and that accent makes you feel so safe when you're flying. Yeah, like we were getting ready to land, he comes on the intercom, he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are making our final approach into Heathrow International Airport. Isn't that lovely?" Great. Beats the hell out of flying here. You fly anywhere in the States, the pilot makes an announcement, he sounds like a bored redneck. You know, like, Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Flight 22177 from Los Angeles, California. Flying non-stop to, hell, where do you guys want to go? I don't care, man. But no, I got my girl, my fiance. I know there's an engaged couple here too. I don't like that word fiance, I really don't. I'll tell you why, because it applies to both of us. It's not gender specific, you know? Like when you're dating, it's boyfriend and girlfriend. You get married, it's husband and wife. During the engagement, you're both fiance. That's not fair. We should each have our own word. Like women, you take fiance. It's a beautiful word, it's French, it means betrothed, it's perfect. Guys, let's have our own word. You know, we could keep it French, just make it a manly French word, you know? Like grenade. Yeah. Je suis fiancé, but I am grenade. I actually said that to a married friend of mine. He looked really serious. He sat me down. He goes, "Dude, you want to know what word you are in French? You are the concierge." A concierge? What are you talking about? That's a guy in a hotel that gets you things and does whatever you... Oh. Touché. Love my girl, especially when I consider the women I dated before I found, the perfect one. Because, like, I dated some insane... The last girl I dated, this is true, it was about 3 years ago Halloween. We were at my apartment, and somebody had given me a Ouija board. It's like a gag gift. So I'm like, "Baby, it's Halloween, I got a Ouija board. Why don't we light some candles, we can ask it questions?" And she freaked out. She was almost crying. She's like, "Oh my God, those are evil, get those away." I started laughing, and I wasn't trying to make fun of her. I just told her I don't believe Ouija boards are evil for 2 reasons. Number 1, there are so many Ouija boards in the world, not every one of them could be evil. And number 2, they're made by Parker Brothers. Call me crazy, but I find it hard to believe the company that invented Hungry Hungry Hippos have the powers of darkness at their fingertips. Like, seriously. But then again, what if, right? Devil's advocate, what if? What if at the Parker Brothers factory there's a witch doctor just standing over an assembly line of Ouija boards, you know? Just standing there going, "Evil. Evil. Evil. Hey Bob, evil." Zaps the wrong game. Somewhere a bunch of kids are playing Twister. And don't get ahead of me. Kids are playing Twister. They're like, "Okay guys, okay. Okay, right hand red, right hand red." Oh my God, you look stupid. I'm spinning it, I'm spinning it, shut up. Okay, left foot in the 7th circle of hell. That's what it says, do it. Well, then you're out, Stephanie.
If you love golf, you're going to love this next comic. If you hate golf, you're going to love this next comic. Because this next comic has nothing to do with golf, only laughs. Here we go.
I cannot win with a wife and 2 clones. You laugh as I call them clones. That's exactly what they are. They're just like her. It's like I had absolutely nothing to do with them. My wife did not give birth to daughters. My wife gave birth to reinforcements. Think I'm kidding? She's like, boom, boom, lock and load, ladies. He's on the couch. They're like a pack of wolves or a school of fish. They're never more than 3 or 4 feet away from each other. They don't even need to talk to communicate. I walked in a room the other day, they went, brr, dot, dot, that meant something. So she's shopping with the clones. I got the house to myself, so I do what any red-blooded American man does. I'm watching sports. They come home, she is like, boom! My God, you're watching sports again? That's all you ever do. Why don't you ever read anything? Why don't you open up a book? Why don't you nourish your mind? Why don't you ever read? Don't you have anything to say for yourself? You're blocking my view. Okay, what's doing anything wrong? Here's an example. Let me get in trouble being a good guy. Ladies only, ladies only. By applause, girls. How many of your men, husbands, boyfriends go shopping with you? By applause. I want to burst your bubble, girls. There's only 2 kind of guys that shop. Guys that are horny and guys that are henpecked. So I'm shopping with my wife last week. And you young, beautiful little girls got me in trouble, because if men don't stare at all your little goody parts enough, now you gotta wear clothes to draw our attention. Specifically, ladies, I'm talking about those sweatpants that say stuff across your behind. You've all seen them. It's like hottie, juicy, look here, whatever. So I'm trying to be the good husband. I'm in the middle of the mall. I get the bags, the purse, like a big chooch in the middle of the mall. And this girl walks by and she's wearing those pants and she is like, bam, bam. And I am like, whoa. And my wife just snapped. Oh my God, you have no respect. You have absolutely no respect for me at all. I'm standing right next to you, right next to you. What in the world do you think you're doing? Reading? You're blocking my view. Oh, you people are cool. Oh. Getting old, the older I get, the more respect I have for senior citizens. Man, you're 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, you're a freaking warrior. You are a man or a woman. You have earned our respect. It is hard to get to be 70 years old, and nobody warns you about it. Everybody says the body falls apart at 40. I disagree. I say it's 35. Let's do a little test. By applause, how many people in here are over the age of 35? Okay, now have everybody who's 35 and under clap. Woo! Listen to our lung power! Okay, you hear the people that clapped a second ago? We're laughing at you. Want to know why? Because we know what's coming and you don't. Your little 35-year-old bud is sitting there just enjoying life on the railroad tracks of life. You have no idea you're about to get blown up by the locomotive of old age. And there's nothing you can do to slow it down. You like my shoes? Kind of young, kind of cool, kind of hip? You know what's not young and cool and hip? The orthopedic arches I have inside these shoes. They have something called plantar fasciitis. You ever hear of it? Medically speaking, it's when over time the arch in your foot flattens out. But what I think it really is you just get so fat your foot says, screw it. He doesn't care anymore, and neither do we. So now when I go to bed at night, I gotta wear an orthopedic boot to keep my legs straight so I can walk in the morning. Let's move up the body. 3 years ago at this time, I ruptured not 1, but 2 discs in my neck. Yeah, young people are like, dude, that is so cool. Dude, what were you doing? Lifting weights? Were you moving furniture? Dude, were you in a fight? The doctor said I probably did it sneezing. Perhaps coughing. He actually said I could have ruptured them in my sleep. I am such a pathetic tub of goo, I'm now injuring myself in my sleep. So when I go to bed at night now, I gotta wear a cervical brace to keep the pressure off my spine. Shut up. Let's talk about the teeth. When I turned 35, for some reason no doctor or dentist could explain to me, I started grinding my teeth in my sleep. Now when I go to bed at night, I can wear a mouthpiece so I don't wake up with a pillow full of chiclets. And ladies, if you're thinking, it looks good. I sleep like this.
Hi, I'm Joel Bryant. This is Comedy Time TV, and I don't think I'm telling lies here when I tell you that this next clip is probably the funniest thing that you're going to see in the next 90 seconds to approximately 3.5 minutes. Absolutely funniest thing you'll see in that time span. Enjoy.
I'm hoping the rest of the week's going to be better than the first half of the week because 2 days ago I bought tickets to see this motivational speaker, and I was going to go and make a plan and get my life together and be somebody and stop screwing up. And I overslept. Whoever thought of scheduling a motivational seminar for 8 o'clock in the morning does not understand their target demographic. All right. I think ravioli was a poor first attempt at smuggling cheese out of Italy. When I'm trying to take pictures of vegans, what do I have them say so that they smile in the pictures? I went with cashew milk-based cheese substitute product. Ha ha ha, joke's on me. Vegans don't smile. Okay. This morning I woke up and I opened the newspaper because I live in 1974. But I looked in the newspaper and read my horoscope. And my horoscope said, "You do not believe in astrology." Got me again, universe. Ha ha ha. You got me. Very nice. A couple of months ago, I had to go to Las Vegas to see a friend of mine get married by Elvis. It was a good time. I'd never been there before. I had fun. I do not know about any marketing programs, but I do know that what happens in Vegas reeks of cigarette smoke. That's right. I walked from my hotel room through the casino to the buffet. That's like 6 minutes of walking. I got yellow fingernails and low birth weight. Thank you, it is true. After the big wedding throwdown shindig, we went to a reception dinner at a really nice restaurant. You ever been to a restaurant nice enough that if you got a question about something on the menu, you will not be receiving a clear, specific, direct answer? You ever go to a place like, because I'm sitting there looking at the menu and looking back at the waiter, and I got a question about a salad that's on the menu, and I'm like, "Hey, how's this salad on the menu?" And I'm looking for a simple answer from this guy. I'm looking for, "It's good, everybody has it, you should try it." Or maybe, "It's bad, it's washed in bleach, you'll probably die." That's the level of sophistication I'm looking for in an answer, but I'm like, "Hey, how's this salad on the menu, waiter?" And he comes back with like, "Sir, that salad is a spectacular bed of field greens featuring Belgian endive and certified butter lettuce, hand-washed, using only the finest, pure mountain stream water from our own private mountain stream. The tomatoes from your salad come from the monastery on the next hillside, where monks lovingly grow tomatoes from seeds. They love their holy duty of raising the tomatoes, and daily they weep their holy monk tears over the tomato plants. And the salt in their tears giving the tomatoes the perfect texture and flavor. Only the monks' vows of chastity keep them from physically loving each tomato." Well, that's just creepy. Because I had a question about the steak, too. You know what? Fine. "How's the steak, waiter?" "Sir, that steak is a magnificent medallion of certified, organic, range-fed Black Angus beef from our own private herd. Your steak comes from a particularly magnificent bull named Kevin." Now, our cruelty-free policy means we didn't slaughter Kevin. No, we surgically removed your steak from Kevin using only the finest organic anesthetics available. In fact, if you look out the window this way, you can see Kevin on the next hillside. He's the one with the prosthetic butt.
Hi, I'm Kirk Zipfel, and you're watching Comedy Time. I'm married to a domestic detective, so that's good. She came into the kitchen. She was like, "Did you use the coupon that I gave you for $1 off that milk?" I'd be like, "Yeah." She's like, "No, you didn't, because it's right here in the coupon basket where I left it for you. See, and now you're a liar. Do you want to change your story?" Enjoy the next comic.
I think my generation is terrible. I think we're the reason that China is going to bury the West. 10 years, China's going to have like 100 million people with engineering degrees. And we're gonna have like 60 million people that are trying to be DJs. Parents are like, why aren't our kids moving out? They're 28. It's like, well, maybe because they were told their whole lives they should do what they loved. Turns out no one loves working. That's how we think. We're like, oh, I love music. I should be a DJ. Or you should just listen to music. Like, really, a DJ? Like, your artistic aspiration is to rearrange other people's music worse than iTunes? Like, when I was growing up, I listened to, like, Bill Cosby and George Carlin, and it became my dream to someday try to become a comedian myself. It wasn't my dream to go to a club and play Bill Cosby and George Carlin from a MacBook. Just aim a little higher, that's all I'm saying. I think we're just encouraged too much. You know, I have memories, like my parents were like, oh, Toby made these cookies. Aren't they delicious? Isn't he great? And I was 6 years old, but I still remember thinking, like, you realize I just spooned out pre-made cookie dough onto a sheet. And then you put it in the oven because it was too dangerous. Now I have friends raised that way who are like, oh, I designed a website using iWeb. It's like, no, Apple designed a website. You added a picture of a funny cat. It's not a webmaster. I'm saying, I know this is what I do now, right? I'm a comedian. My parents were like, what do you want to do with your life? I was like, complain about it. Is there money in that? Yours. That's cool. This isn't what I always did. I used to be an engineer. And sometimes people are like, oh, comedy, that's such a hard job. No. Being an engineer was far more difficult. If only because no matter how bad of a job I might do up here tonight, a bridge won't collapse. Granted, there are some difficult parts about being a comedian. Like when I was an engineer, I had to do like 50 hours a week of math, but never had to drive 6 hours to do 1 hour of math in front of people who didn't understand math. It's a little unusual for a guy to admit, but I'm a romantic. I know. Aww. So I explain it is like, you know when you go into a room and you see someone and they're so beautiful it's like they grab you. You can't take your eyes off them. It's like there's no one else in the room. That happens to me in most rooms. At least once. I'm like, oh my God, look at her. We're cut from the same cloth. My mind is racing. I have to talk to her. No? All right, look at her. I mean, I believe in love at first sight. It's just never, like, mutual. Half the time I'll see a girl, she won't even see me. So I have to move in her peripheral vision or tap on her window. I fall for girls too fast. You know, I'll meet a girl at a bar, I'll be like, hey, I want to take things slow. Let's get a puppy.